Microphone check. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how much no doc business credit can I get with 765? You can get a lot. Yeah, 765. That's a prime score to start applying for no doc loans or no doc credit. Yes, so you can easily get 100, maybe 2, 300. Easily get 100. Easily get 100. Okay, because this is the thing, right? So let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about. Let's say you want to get a quarter million. Let's say you want to get a quarter million. Yeah, let's say you want to get a quarter million, okay? So let's talk about that play, right? Hold on. Right? 150K. So you want to get 150K in business funding, right? Where's that light coming from? I don't know where that light's coming from. Anyways, let's see. Turn it this way. That's a little better. Okay, so 150K. Now you have a 765 credit score, right? 765 score. Perfect. 765 score. Okay, so when you're going after no doc loans, yeah, no doc loans. Okay. 765. Okay, so you can get anywhere between and let's see, you can get anywhere between 25K to 100K per bank. Okay, so if you're applying for no doc loans, right, with these different banks, you can get anywhere between 25 to 100K with no documents with a 765 score. That's a solid credit score. So the game plan to get a quarter million, okay, we're gonna play it conservatively. Let's say each bank approves you, okay? Let's say each bank, okay? Each bank approves not 25. Come on. 50K, right? Let's say each bank approves you for 50K. So how many banks would you need to go to in one day to get 250K? Let's do some math, right? Is anyone there? Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's say each bank will approve you for, on average, 50K with no docs, okay? And if you want to get to 250K, how many banks would you need to apply to? 5 banks, right? 5 banks. So you would do all of this in one day. You would apply to 5 banks all in the same day. That's the strategy, okay? So that means, yeah, step 1 is, okay, apply with 5+ banks in one day. Okay, 5+ banks in one day. And the reason why you want to do it in one day, because you kind of want to simulate that you're applying. You want to make it look like you're only applying for one bank. So if you apply for all 5 banks in one day, the information that's being submitted is going to take longer for it to process and for the other banks to foresee that you're applying with any other banks. Does this make sense? Comment yes if you understand. So that's the strategy. Yeah, on average, yeah, with a 765 credit score, you can apply for no doc loans. Basically, it requires no financial documents, no tax returns, bank statements, anything of that nature. They're going to ask you for your, your business revenue, your personal income, things of that nature, but you do not have to provide financial documents to support that, which is crazy, right? This is why it's important to have a high score, especially if you want to go after a lot of funding, right? Business funding. So on average, legally, right, the banks can lend you up to anywhere between 25 to 100K with no financial documents, right? Comment wow if you didn't know that. And so in order to do that, you got to have a solid score above a 750 in order to be able to do that. Now, the benefit of having an 800 credit score, right? If you have an 800 score, it's easier to get the higher amount, right? It's easier to get the maximum amount that the bank will allow you to get with no docs, with an 800 score. So potentially, you can get $100,000 per bank with an 800 plus score. And if you're going to 5 banks, how much is that? It's $500,000. Make sense? Yes? No? Maybe so? Questions? Guys, if this is good info, okay, if this is some credit sauce right now, because I know it is, please show me some love and support. Give me some likes. Help me get to 2K likes. Help me get to 3K likes, okay? Just tap that screen 100 times, 200 times, all right? I just need that support. Benjamins, Lincolns, okay? None of that jazz, right? So this is how it works. Now, which banks do you want to go for? You want to go for local banks, okay? You want to go for local banks. Okay? So what are those? Those are credit unions. Okay? You want to go to credit unions. Credit unions are small banks, okay? You want to go with small banks because they need more business. Right? In order to get more business, they have to be more flexible. They have to have better customer service. They have to have better rates, and they have to give more lending power to their customers. Okay, so credit unions. Okay, this is the other key right here is getting the funding from credit unions. And guess what? They're gonna give you better rates. They're gonna give you more than your big banks. Okay, they're gonna give you more than your big banks. Do all banks do no-doc loans? Not all banks, no. Okay, but most credit unions do. Now, if you're talking about credit cards, yes, credit cards are okay, right? It doesn't require you to give them financial documents. So when people talk about 0% funding, right? Getting 0% funding, 100K, 200K and 0% funding, they're really talking about credit cards because credit cards offer 0% interest for 12 to 24 months. A lot of local credit unions offer 0% APR for 24 months, 2 years. Okay, so when you're applying for credit cards, whether it's the big banks or the local banks, they offer 0% interest for 12 to 24 months. So like I was showing you here, just from one bank, I got 100K in 0% interest from one bank. Does anyone know what bank that is? Where is it? Can anyone guess what bank that is, okay? So I got 100K from one bank, 0% interest for 12 months. Does anyone know what bank that is? Take a wild guess. Not Citibank. Citibank is good though. But I don't think they have 0% interest on business credit. Right here, boom. Actually, I should probably flip this around so it doesn't show the card number. Right here, okay? $25K limit each, 0% interest for 12 months. 25, 50, 75, 100K from one bank. No interest for 12 months. That's just one bank. And then you have Chase Inc. Cash, Chase Inc. Unlimited. Those are also no annual fee, no interest for 12 months. Okay, and I have a 30K, I have a 30K limit and a 50K limit. So that's 80K, 180K just from 2 banks. Isn't that crazy? And then you can go after credit unions as well. Easy. Do you see how easy that is? Comment easy if you see how easy it is. because you probably think this is unattainable. But now that I'm explaining it and now that I'm actually showing you that I do it myself, right? Just from one bank, I'm getting 100K at no 0%. You see how easy that is? Okay. There's over 50 banks, right? Over 50 banks that offer 0% interest for 12 months, 12 to 24 months. Okay. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on, still loading, guys. Wish that Amex Everyday was still available. I mean, there's still 2 Amex Blue cards. There's still 2 Amex Blue cards. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. All right. Do 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 do. So this is the stuff that I teach, right, in my mentorships, guys. This is how far in depth that we go in the mentorships, okay? But check it out, right? Just in the state of Texas alone, okay? How many credit unions are there? Can you read that? Okay? Just in the state of Texas, right? This is just for the state of Texas, see? Texas-based financial institutions. Someone comment below. How many credit unions are there just in the state of Texas? Can anyone see that? Come on, comment below, okay? Yo, what's up, Sonic? Dangerous haircut, okay? Just in the state of Texas alone, okay? Check it out. $397 credit unions. And what did I tell you? That one credit union, okay, if you have a 750 and above credit score, can get you anywhere between 25K to 100K in business funding with no documents, no financial documents. Okay, that's just one bank. So like I was saying, on average, let's say you're getting approved for 50K from one credit union. Imagine if you live in Texas and you have 397 credit unions that you can go to get 50K no docs. Let's do some math on that. Okay, what's the math on that? What's 50K times 397? Someone have a calculator out? 50, oops, snap. What did I do? Right? 50,000 times 397 credit unions. I mean, you know, you have a chance to get 19.8 million. Okay? So you think out of 19.8 million in business funding, you should be able to get 100,000 or $250,000? You think that's possible? Absolutely. Comment wow, guys. This is why you need good credit, okay? Because you get access to more with less. You get access to more with less, which makes your life easier. It can help you take you from point A to point B so much faster, right? So, you know, you want to talk about a different state? What other state that you want to look at? So that was just for Texas, right? Tell me what state you are in, right? Tell me what state you're in. Comment what state you're in. Florida. All right, Florida. Let's go to Florida. Let's go to Florida, Florida. Loading, guys, it's loading. Hold on, hold on. Florida. Come on, Florida. All right, there we go. So now we're in Florida, right? Now it says Florida-based financial institution. How many credit unions are in Florida? Someone comment below. Let me make sure you're paying attention. Comment, how many banks do you see in Florida? How many credit unions do you see? Come on. 86, those are banks. These are banks. When it says banks, those are major institutions, right? Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, okay? Right here, guys. So in the state of Florida, right, you have 113 credit unions that you can go to get on average of $50,000 in business funding with no financial documents. So let's do the math again, right? What is 50K times 113, right? Why does it keep doing this? If times 113, yeah, 5.6 million. 5.6 million. So out of 5.6 million of potential business funding, do you think you can get 100,000 or 200,000? You think that's possible? Comment yes or no, right? Do you think that's possible, right? Does that sound like it's easier and more attainable now that I'm showing you the real stuff? Okay. What other state do we want to look at? Comment, what state do you want to look at? How to build my credit. It's been over 10 plus years. All my collections fell off. I have 524. Okay, so if you have no negative items, is that what you're saying? You have no more collections, no more late payments, charge off, foreclosures, repos, inquiries. You have no negative items. Is that what you're saying? PA? All right, let's do PA. Texas, let's go. I already did Texas. How much was there, guys? How many credit unions were there in the state of Texas? Does anyone remember? How many credit unions were there in the state of Texas? Does anyone remember? Comment below. Okay, we just did Texas. All right, PA, let's do PA. 397 credit unions just in the state of Texas. And that came out to, how much did that come out to? $18 million, right? If you're on average getting $50,000 in business funding from one bank, one credit union, and there's 397, that's about $19.85 million of potential funding. So do you think it's feasible to be able to get 100K, 200K, 300K? I think so. I think so. All right, let's go on to Pennsylvania. Okay. Okay, ooh, Pennsylvania, you go, Pennsylvania. I'm so surprised with Pennsylvania. So how many is in Pennsylvania, guys? How many credit unions are in Pennsylvania? Dang, major banks, 112? 300. That is amazing. I would not think that Pennsylvania would have 300 credit unions. Okay, so someone do the math. What's 300 times 50,000? What's 300 times 50,000? Someone do the math. What's the math, guys? 300 times 50,000. What is it? It's like 11.5 million probably. No? No one wants to do the math? You guys want money, but you don't want to do the math? That's cool. Yeah, 15 million. 15 million. So out of 15 million in business funding, right? Potential business funding, do you think getting 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 is feasible, is possible, right? Let's do 15 million divided by 250,000, right? Let's say you want to get $250,000 in funding. Oops. Did I do that right? 15. Oops, 250,000 divided by 15 million is right there. Okay? So 250,000, that's only 1.6%, right? That's only 1.6%. So out of the 15 million that you can potentially get in business funding, 1.6% of that is $250,000, right? 1.6%. Is that possible? Is that feasible? Do you think that's attainable? Right? I'm not saying you need to get 50% of the funding that's out there, right? Look at that's only 1.6%, essentially 2%, okay, out of the funding that's available in Pennsylvania. That's still $250,000. Supreme Court just upheld the TikTok ban. Are you on Instagram? I'm on Instagram. I'm actually live on YouTube right now as well. Okay, so going back to this is what we were going back to, right? $250,000 in business funding. Someone said they had a 765 score. Beautiful. You can go after no-doc loans if you have a 750 and above credit score. And the bank can approve you anywhere from 25K to 100K per bank with no financial documents, right? No financial documents. So again, let's say on average, you're getting approved for 50K in business funding per bank, right? Then all you got to do is apply to 5 banks in one day. 50K times 5 banks, that's $250,000, right? Which banks do you want to go after? Local banks, credit unions. Leo, don't be able to spy on us anymore. Oh, yes, I will. Yes, I will. Don't you know the biggest lender for the United States? What country is the biggest lender for the United States? Do you guys not know that? Let's not get into politics. I know nothing about politics. Bro is abandoning the YouTube audience. Well, there's only one person, and I appreciate you, Sonic. I appreciate you, Sonic. Bro, do Ohio. You want me to do Ohio? They did, but also Biden administration says they're not going to uphold it. What if I have short credit history, 2 years, new immigrant? Yep, you need at least 4 years of credit history. At least 4 years of credit history. Okay? Do Missouri next. Okay, let's do Missouri. Hold on. No, let's do Missouri next. Let's do Missouri. Let's do Missouri. All right, this will probably be the last one. Ohio, is Ohio still there on YouTube? Because I will do it. What's Missouri? M-O? M-O, here we go. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a peek-see. So here is Missouri. How much do we got? How much do we got there in Missouri? How much do we got there in Missouri? Mexican, boy. What? How many credit unions do we have in? This is crazy. Look, we have more big banks in the state of Missouri than you do credit unions. That's interesting. Okay, so the big banks, You got 204 big banks in the Missouri, and then you got 94 credit unions, right? In Missouri. That's still good. That's still good, right? That's still amazing. Amazing. Okay, so what's 50K times 94, right? Someone do the math. What's 50K times 94? $4.7 million, right? 4.7 million. Is that still pretty good? 4.7 million? So out of 4.7 million, okay, if you can get 5% of that pie, right? If you can get 5% of that pie, that's $250,000 in business funding for you. You think getting 5% of the pie is possible, right? Just 5% of that pie. That's $250,000. You think that's possible? Yes or no? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, are you leaving the YouTube shorts behind? Bro, you're still here? Ohio's still here? All right, let's do Ohio. Let's do Ohio. I was waiting to see if you were still here, Ohio. I was waiting to see if you were still here, Ohio. You didn't say anything. How am I supposed to know if you're still here if you don't say anything, Ohio? Right? Skibbity toilet, Ohio. That sucks that you're part of the Gen Alpha, Ohio. Skibbity toilet, Ohio. Sorry about that, Ohio. All right, Ohio, here we go. Boom. What do we got in Ohio? What? Okay. This is surprising to me. Look at that. So Ohio has 208 credit unions. That's awesome. Congrats to you, Ohio. Plenty of money out there. Plenty of money out there, right? Plenty of money out there. This is one reason why you want to have a high credit score, okay? Again, because if you have a 750 and above score, now you're in a bracket where you can apply for anywhere between $25,000 to $100,000 in business funding without financial documents, right? And where do you find that? Is your local credit union. So just in Ohio alone, you have 208 credit unions that you can tap into to get anywhere between $25,000 to $100,000 in funding with no financial documents. Crazy, right? Comment crazy, okay? So on the business side, yes, this is why you want to have a good score, okay? Because you get access to more with less. You get access to more with less, right? And again, the good, right? This is where having an 800 plus credit score comes into play, because now you're going to be in a whole new category, right? You're going to be in a whole new bracket if you have an 800 score. Because when you have an 800 score, now you can potentially go after the maximum amount possible per bank. Okay, so if you have a 750 and above score, that's when you kind of fall into this category where you can apply for no financial documents with a decent amount of limit. But if you're in the 800 plus score, now your potential is to be able to get 100K per bank, right? So if you're going after 5 banks, instead of getting $250,000, now you can get $500,000 potentially, right? You'll be able to get the maximum possible. Does this make sense? 765, 3-year history. Now, is that on the personal or the business side? 3 years of history on the personal or the business side? You're in 600 plus score, exactly. So you can't do this, right? You can't do this. I'm sorry to say, this is why, guys, this is why I always talk about credit. I always talk about fixing your credit. I always talk about your credit score, because that is the foundation. That is step 1 to get to step 5, right? That's step 1 to get to step 5. Okay, so a lot of people are like, yeah, credit is lame. Who cares about a credit score? Well, you should care if you're trying to get business. If you're trying to start a business, you're trying to scale your business, and you're trying to get that money, honey, trying to get that money, honey, okay? It makes it so much easier, right? It makes it so much easier. Does this make sense? Okay. 3 year on personal, you need at least 4 years on personal, and your business needs to exist for at least 2 years, right? Now, this is the interesting thing, okay? You can still get business funding if you're a brand new business, okay? You can still get business funding if you have a brand new business. But check this out, right? Has anyone heard of aged corporations? Comment yes or no if you've heard of aged corporations. Okay, this is why people get aged corporations, because if you want to get bigger funding, your business needs to be established for at least 2 years, because you want to show that you're somewhat of a sustainable business, right? And so it makes the banks feel more comfortable, and you can get more. So for example, I don't know why they don't have it on their website anymore. Abercrombie and Fitch, right? Does anyone know this bank, Abercrombie and Fitch? Yes, let's go. Ghetto Glazer's still here, okay? Abercrombie and Fitch, okay? Clothing brand. It says right here, okay? 1892, right? On their clothing, it says established in 1892. Do you think there really is an Abercrombie and Fitch clothing since 1892? Do you think if you go back in history and look at pictures from 1892, you're gonna see Abercrombie and Fitch on a t-shirt? Yes or no? Right? Think about that, guys. Like, think about that. I'm sure you haven't thought about that. Like, if you looked at pictures from 1892, do you think someone's wearing an Abercrombie and Fitch t-shirt? I don't think so. I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. Where's my X? Okay? This is the thing. Okay? See, the company was originally Abercrombie Co. by David Abercrombie, 1892, right? See, it was a manufacturing store. It was a manufacturing store. I don't know why I can't close this out. What tarnations? Where's my little X? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so this is all the history. Man, they used to have this right on the website. But basically, what they did was they purchased this company, right? They took over the rights of this company and then made it into a clothing company. So now on your merchandise or on any type of marketing, you can say that your company was established, right, in 1892. If this company was bought just, let's say, in 2024, if someone bought Abercrombie & Fitch in 2024 and then they changed the name to Hollister, okay, they can say that this company was established in 1892. So they're using all of that pre-existing history from an aged corporation, a shelf corp, right, to be able to use it and go to the bank and say, hey, bank, we've been open since 1892. Here's our financial documents. Give us $100 million. Comment wow, okay? Comment wow, right? So when you're going deeper into business and aged corporations, this is why people want to get aged corporations. You don't have to do this, okay? You don't have to do this. You can still get plenty of funding if you're a brand new business, but it just makes it easier to get more. Some priority objectives that would help out, like business leader or CPA. Yeah, absolutely. Right. We're talking about, can you talk about some of the requirements that go into first starting out your business? Yeah, super simple, right? Super simple. All you got to do is go to the Secretary of State of whatever state you live in, right? Comment the state you live in. Nah, bro, ain't no one thinking that. I don't know if I have it in here. Texas. Okay, so Secretary of State of Texas. Okay. Secretary of State of Texas. Establishing an LLC is $300. $300. California is $800. Right. Okay, so here we go. Okay, here it is by the state. So instead of using companies like LegalZoom, if you do it yourself, it's going to save you 3 to 5 G's. Okay, look at this. Alabama, it only costs $200 for a filing fee, right? And then look, $50 a year after that. Okay, California, it's $800. It's $800. Okay, Florida, look at this, 125 bucks, right? And then $138 every year after that. Texas should be $300. $300. How did I know that? Okay, $300 in Texas. Super cheap. So instead of using companies like LegalZoom, they're going to do all the work for you. If you don't want to do the work yourself, that's what they're there for. But if you're willing to put the time and effort to do it yourself, this could save you thousands of dollars in interest and fees. Okay? And then all you have to do is go to the Secretary of State of whatever state that is. There will be an area that will, I wonder if they can go like this. There will be an area where it'll show you step by step on how to fill out the form to set up your LLC in that state. Look, okay? Boom, super simple, okay? Choose an LLC name, make sure it's not taken up in your state. Select a registered agent, which could be yourself, okay? You could be your own registered agent. File certificate of formation, super simple. Create an operating agreement, super simple. You can go to, I believe it's Law Depot, and it's only like 25 bucks to create an operating agreement, certificate of formation, get your EIN. This is free, right? That's it, right here, okay? Boom. How easy is that? Comment easy, right? If that's a lot easier than you think. So when you go to the Secretary of State of whatever state you're in, it's going to give you the steps that you need to set it up, right? It's very simple, guys. It's not as hard as you think. Okay? You don't really, just to get your foot off the ground, just to get started. I mean, this will be suffice enough. And as your business grows, because you don't know if your business is going to grow or fail, right? But at least, I call it MVP, guys. You want to do the minimum viable product. You want to do the least amount of effort, the least amount of investment to just get started, to get kick started. And you can grow, you can go as you grow, right? You can add and change things and implement things as your business succeeds, okay? but you at least want to start with an MVP, minimum viable product. So this would be the minimum viable product, the least amount, the least cost possible, getting the documents that you need, right? Without having an actual official attorney. Unless you want one and you have one, of course, you can go that route. But at least this would be the minimum viable product to get your foot off the ground. Cool? This right here is just gonna save you 3 to 5 G's just to get you started. Boom, okay? Can I freeze my accounts so they don't verify any information when disputing? Absolutely. That's what I always recommend, right? I'm hungry, y'all. It's Taco Friday. $1 tacos. Good morning, CCG. CCG's in the house. Good morning. Does it work? It helps, right? It helps. That's one of 4 steps to have highly effective results to dispute and delete your negative items, right? Does it work? It helps a lot, okay? But that's just one of many steps, okay? It's only gonna help with certain things, and then other things whoa, what's going on here? There we go. Okay, so this is what you're gonna do, right? You're gonna go to Dr. Google. You're gonna go to Dr. Google, and if you wanna freeze your secondaries, can you see this? Okay, you're gonna type in OPTOUT, okay? And what's a secondary bureau that you wanna opt out of? LexisNexis, right? LexisNexis, boom. So you're gonna type in opt out LexisNexis, and boom, look at the first link that pops up is a link to opt out of LexisNexis. This is one of the steps that you want to do if you were trying to repair your credit. Disputing and deleting collections, late payment, charge-off, foreclosures, repos, what have you, okay? You need to freeze your secondaries, and one of those secondary bureaus is LexisNexis. They hold a lot of your personal information, just like the main 3 credit bureaus. So what you're doing, if you're freezing your secondaries, you're blocking access from anyone to view your information with these secondary companies. And the second thing that the credit bureaus are going to do when you mail out a dispute letter, whether you're disputing a collection, late payment, charge-off, foreclosures, repo, inquiries, they're going to cross-verify what you're disputing between the information they have in their own system and with the secondary bureaus. But guess what? If you freeze, if you opt out of it, they don't have access. If they don't have access, they're gonna have a hard time verifying. If they can't verify, it helps to remove it off your credit. Okay, comment wow if this is making sense, or if this is like blowing your mind, okay? This is very, very vital and very important. So go to LexisNexis, you click on the opt out, okay? Now I'm gonna take you way over here. Okay, way over here. Right? And they're gonna ask an opt-out reason, right? And look what the first reason is, okay? It says, I don't want my information shared. So these secondary companies, they publicly share your information. They share all of your personal information publicly, right? So this is one way your identity can get stolen too, okay? Isn't that crazy? That the first opt-out reason is, I don't want my information shared. That shows you, okay, that your information is public. And this is how your identity gets stolen. So if you want to protect yourself from your identity getting stolen, you want to freeze your secondaries, right? And I've had my secondary bureaus frozen for the last 7 years. And then you're just going to follow the steps, right? Now you're just going to give your personal information. At the end of the steps, they're going to give you a confirmation number. Just save that confirmation number, because if you ever want to opt back in, you just give LexisNexis the confirmation number. Boom, you're opt right back in. Okay? Are you still with me, YouTube? Are you still with me, YouTube?